Yes, I'd like to discuss with you today something very important that's on my mind. A free energy generator and a special crystal of the kryptonian race. Now, I'm of the Aryan race, and I was colored to look like a black man, to not have blonde hair and blue eyes. But I actually do have blonde hair and blue eyes, just like my parents Adolf and Eva Hitler, who live in Argentina. And we care about all the races. We're not racist and we're not white supremacists. We have brown skin, just like the skin that I'm showing you right now. But we have blonde hair and blue eyes, which makes us look like freaks compared to the rest of the human race. We're not humans either. We have counterclockwise genetic code, DNA. That's why this Aryan electronics shows counterclockwise and clockwise DNA. This is the universal prime mover, okay? This is the free energy electric generator that I'm giving to Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, and Florida and Texas. It provides free electricity. Okay. It's a motor and a generator. It's a free energy yantra. This was found on the side of Mount Fuji where I put it in a Buddhist temple. This mandala was found on the side of a Mount Fuji where there's a Buddhist temple. It's a yantra of motion. Make a coil like this with overlapping magnetic interfaces to each other, 4 overlapping magnetic interfaces, and you can generate free electricity. Make it with 4 turns each on each coil. 4 turns each, see? 4 turns each. Now, and it's a UFO generator. It generates free electricity for UFOs. It's the actual motor used by UFOs. It generates more energy than nuclear output, nuclear energy turbine, or a jet or a rocket. You'll notice that this thing, if you short it, will go out of control and spin faster than light. That's how fast it will spin. Now, this rotor by itself, without the stator, can be used as an electric generator to power cell phones, to power remote devices and mobile devices. You don't need a battery. All you need is this rotor. And this right here is free electricity. Alternating current can come out of here. You take this on this side of the coil, or this side of the alternating current, the other side of the coil, and the other side of that coil for the other side of the alternating current. And I want the First Nations to get this too. Yeah. And this is ground right here. That's ground. See? I'm pulling it into here right here. That's ground. The other end of this coil, between that coil and the other coil right here, is ground. Put that on an alternating current outlet and power any device. This device uses time travel to get energy back. It goes back in time to get the pulse back. And it gets the energy back in 0 time. It's a time traveling energy device. Okay, now, There's a kryptonian seed crystal in the crystal fortress that I want the First Nations, or the Indians, American Indians, the possessors of the Book of Mormon, to know about. Because I was first Nephi and I'm Adam reincarnated, even though I'm an alien right now. In 1967, I was born of an alien race, the grandson of Jesus Christ, the son of Adolf Hitler. But before 1967, in the previous lifetimes, I was King Arthur, which I still am. I'm the king of all nations, and I own Excalibur too. This camera here is Excalibur right now for me right now. Yes, Excalibur can turn into devices. But anyway, the Kryptonian Crystal Fortress makes it so you'd never be homeless again. Never be homeless again. It's in Alberta, Canada. Now, I was on Facebook, and I asked Jor-El of my Crystal Fortress, because see, when you go to the Crystal Fortress and you go look at the computer on the face of the wall, you will see a portrait of Jor-El speaking to you. Now, Jor-El is Kal-El's father, Superman's father, or Clark Kent's father. And Jor-El cares about everybody who has these Crystal Fortresses, so he shows up on the Crystal Fortress, the computer, and starts to speak. It's a fusion of him and the computer and Jor-El, because of his DNA, genetic code. Now, when you get there and you want to make your own crystal, if you can get to Alberta, Canada, or you can get the First Nations, the First Indian Nations, like the Chippewas and whatnot, the Indians there, to you get them to visit the Crystal Fortress, which they know is there. Tell them how to grow a seed crystal. You can grow one yourself and have your own fortress too. All you have to do is add water to the seed crystal, and it'll grow a fortress. You need a lot of water too. You need a box of Morton kosher salt. You'll need an orange rind piece. You'll need a safety pin for extracting 2 to 3 drops of blood. You'll need a piece of saran wrap, because these crystals are alive. They need your blood. You need a sample of your blood. A piece of saran wrap, 1.5 or 1 inch by 1 inch square, because it needs a piece of polymer sample, because it's a polymer crystal too. You'll need a fingernail clipper to clip off some of your fingernails. That's the keratin source. You'll need a second keratin source and a pair of scissors to cut off a piece of your hair, which is a second keratin source, because these crystals are made of keratin too, a living substance, a hard structural substance called keratin, which your fingernails and your hands and your hair is made up of. Now, you'll need, let's see, you'll need some newspaper for bulk carbon source. You need some newspaper for bulk carbon source. You'll need a piece of, not just one little piece of newspaper, you'll need the whole newspaper. You'll need a gallon of distilled water. Okay? That's to keep the thing in solution when you jam the components together. You always keep it wet. So you need to pour a little water on it. Okay, now you need 4 to 6 hours to grow your seed crystal. It takes 4 to 6 hours to grow a seed crystal. Okay? keep on jamming the newspaper inside the receptacle. You need to find the receptacle. You need to find the receptacle in the fortress. There's usually 3 right next to each other, disposed horizontally. Disposed horizontally next to each other. You'll see them. You can go an extra crystal that way. The receptacles are next to each other. Jam these components in the receptacle. You can start growing the crystal. Okay, so that means no one on this earth has to be homeless anymore. When you go to Alberta is the home of the first crystalline fortress on the earth, and you can have access to the sea crystal. If you were to get on the plane, you'll need a passport to get to Alberta, Canada, to get to the crystal fortress. Okay. And I've shown you how to create a generator that will generate free electricity for all the earthquake victims and the hurricane victims. And give them free electricity for everything they have. And it's inexpensive, and it only uses 4 turns of coil per leg, and it uses 4 legs. That's 12 turns of coil. That's 16 turns of coil, sorry. Alright, 4 times 4 is 16. Alright, thank you.